A very good morning to all my subscribers, my viewers, the obedient family. Thank you for joining me this morning. Now, we've been clamoring and we've been begging the Southeasterners, especially the businessmen, the billionaires, the rich in the Southeast, to always go home and invest. And then we've been clamoring that, people should actually set up companies. People should actually, do well in the Southeast so that we can improve the standard of living there. We mustn't wait for the government to do the needful, because we already know that most of these political leaders in the Southeast are just there for their selfish ambitions, not to improve the life of the people. And we've been, begging and saying, please, if you are a Southeasterner that God has blessed, you can also come back home and set up something. It will help the people, improve the life of people, reduce crime and all that. And the Southeasterners, and I said whenever there is a new development, I will always come out here and spill it out. It's very important for all of us to know what's going on. And the Igbos are really excited with the new rice production company in Anambra State. That's the Seaman Rice Production Company, and it's really, really good to see. I'm going to be showing you video evidences to that. How it has a lot of praises have gone on this issue, that somebody has deemed it fit to actually come and then increase the level of productivity in the Southeast, thereby increasing the level of employment, and removing some people from that street life, abject poverty and all that. And those things, the more we keep doing it, the more we reduce the crime rate in the Southeast and all that. But before I go into that topic and actually show you what is actually how the company and all that, let me quickly tell you that Bandits are now having followers on TikTok, and they are coming out to display the money they collect as a ransom. And this is a situation, and at the end of the day, the government will tell us that they don't know where they are. That is the highest level of impunity right now. We're talking about Kaduna State yesterday, and I told you, I said that those kids were not just given freely. They paid a huge ransom, although they are covering it up, but they paid ransom for those kids. And I can tell you categorically, those guys had to negotiate for those kids to come out. These people are showing clearly that they have outpowered, Nigerians and the government, and they are now confidently now operating on social media spaces. And you ask the DSS, they will say they don't know where they are. You ask the police, they say they can't trace them. But you, that is a normal citizen, say one or two things that they feel offended over. They will, in less than an hour or two, they will start digging out where you are and they will fish you out. That is to show you that there is a deliberate attempt to actually keep this thing running. I don't know how, but trust me, it is clear and more clear. I'm going to be showing you video evidences to that. Now, this is a picture of the young man with the military uniform that Sahara Reporters reported. 3,000 followers, bandit with 3,000 followers on TikTok, Flaunt, Ransom. Now, watch the video of him doing that. Now, you can see it, right? Flaunting confidently on TikTok, making a video lying on the cash that he has collected as ransom. Only God know how many this one don't kill now. And DSS now go talk say, no, they no go fit identify them. They don't know where him dey. They can't identify them. Instead, the government is gradually falling victim, and then at the end of the day, negotiating with these terrorists, paying them huge ransom to release people. Now, you've seen it, right? This is basically his TikTok account, that was fished out and snapped by, obedience. And the military will say they don't know where this one did. They know if you figure them out. But let me show you what they concentrate on. When it comes to killing in the north, there are, questionable, a lot of talks around it. But when it comes to the south, now there they show energy. Let me show you how terrible it has become. That a military man now will make video. That is how bad it has become. Watch this video, and when I come, we'll continue.
Our soldiers will die for DSS. Now cry, they cry because me na Delta boy. I know what I don't face for this country. I don't go Meduguri, spend 4 years, fight. I know how many Meduguri soldiers they come from Meduguri die for their state, to protect their land. I know how many Katsina, I know how many Katsina people who come from Katsina will die for Katsina. But when I get my kill our soldiers for Delta State, and all the South people just they comment, rubbish comments. They say whether soldiers will they die for now, whether they put them online. Have you been to Meduguri before? Have you been to Katsina before? Now Google kill you for that kind talk where they talk. See, we not fit forgive anybody. We kill the frontline soldiers. We must avenge the death. Even me be worry boy, I pray make a day among the operation. I do good things to the good people.
Now you've seen it, right? The confidence, the audacity, as the military will say, to run TikTok, have followers on TikTok, come out in social media platforms, expose themselves, knowing fully well with their future say government no fit do them anything, and truly government no dey fit do them anything. Instead, the government have turned to negotiation. They will kidnap people, the government will go and negotiate and pay them ransom. A lot of people say Kaduna own, there was negotiation. There was a ransom being paid for those kids too. They might not come out to tell us, but that's the truth. I don't believe in any way that those kids were just given like that, because there was a demand already from those bandits. And it's quite unfortunate that the only activity, one of the major activities of governance or government, they cannot even carry it out. Securing life and properties. They can't even carry it out. That's how terrible this has become. And every day we sit down and we try to, look for a soft landing around it. There's no soft landing to it. But if anything happens in the south, that is when you see the energy of the security guys, organizations. They beheaded our soldiers. Pia, let us shut down the whole place. Let us destroy. Let us kill. Innocent lives will go for it. The video 99% oppressed showed is really depressing. Allegedly, they say military men landed in a place and they opened fire at people. This is supposed to be the highest level of, I don't even know what to call it. But thank God that as they keep pushing us back, trying to, everything keeps getting tougher, people are still trying their best to make sure that lives of Nigerians get better. And as I said earlier, we have been clamoring for the Southeasterners to go home, get these companies home so that people can work. Let me show you what Seaman is doing. And we really want to appreciate him for actually doing that. And when I come back, we can wrap this up. Now you can see it, right? You can see the production, company that was set up. And it's interesting to see how that, this is happening and the excitement that is going around. I would have loved to actually bring one or two tweets, but I'll just let that pass because I want to actually just talk about it generally. Now with this, more employment, some people will have jobs, thereby reducing the level of dependency on the government, thereby reducing poverty, thereby reducing crime. And that is what we encourage all Southeasterners that are blessed by God to actually come and do. No matter how you set up outside, also remember to come and set up something at home. Now it's a win-win situation because you're going to be making profit for yourself, more profit, and at the same time you're going to be touching the lives of people. Let's get on with the video. Now you've seen it, right? Please, if you are from the Southeast and you are blessed by God, you have the right to invest wherever you want to invest. It's a good thing. It's a great thing because it will be bad thing to invest for another place where it will be your own. But try, instead of building those massive houses and locking them down, convert that money to something that can actually is beautiful. It's beautiful. Those houses are beautiful. If God blesses you, you can put down, structures that are crazy that people will say, wow. But also try to make sure that you remove people from poverty. The greatest legacy that a man can leave is a legacy on his fellow man, on people. So when God blesses you, please set up something, no matter how small it is. You will employ a few people, and by the time you employ a few people, you have reduced the amount of unemployment, you have reduced the amount of hunger, you have reduced the amount of crime. The more we keep trying to fix the place, because the truth is that it has got it. I keep saying it, nobody should wait on these politicians to do it. No, they will not. It's just a few that have the mind for the people, especially in the Southeast. So if God gives you the power, do your due diligence, do the needful to actually make the life of people better. And the more we keep doing that, if this one can set up, before you know, there will be less crime. People will have where to go to work and, come back. People will have, when a man is expecting that after 30 days, there is something that is going to come to his hand to be able to take care of the small needs he has and all that, take care of his family and all that. It saves him from thinking about so many evils. It reduces the crime rate. So please, if God has blessed you, if you're in the diaspora and God has blessed you, and then you want to invest, think home too. Set up something at home. It doesn't matter whether it's employing 10, 15 people, 20 people. You are reducing the level of crime. You are reducing poverty. It's important we put that at the back of our mind. We know that a lot of times, yes, the environment might not be too conducive to do that, but at least there are environments now that the Southeast now is opening up to a lot of, development, a lot of stuff. So I'm going to be talking about a video much later where, there's massive development there, and then you will get to see they are opening up to a lot of development. And as it's happening, the person actually chairing this is Alex Oti, and as it's happening, you can actually come in and add your own quota to make sure that the life of the Southeasterners are better. And this thing cuts across Nigeria. Let me not just be too greedy to stay around the Southeast because maybe I'm from the Southeast. The truth is, if Nigerians that are capable can actually set up stuff wherever you are, from the Southwest, from the South, from the North, to make sure that the life of people are better, you'll find out that the crime rate will reduce. A lot of problems we are having now is that, there is so much dependency on government, and then they are failing every single day. Criminals are the ones that have taken over the system, and then there is nothing little or nothing anybody can do, and that is why crime now is prevalent. That is what is leading. But if we can actually, as individuals that God has blessed, reach out, create, platforms that can bring employment and all that, it will really help the situation. Now, having said that, let me just rest this case here. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't, turned on the notification bell so that whenever I drop a video, you'll be the first to be notified. I'm obedient and I'm useful. I hope you are. Fingers crossed. Let's keep holding them responsible and say, hands out. God bless you. I'll see you next time.